today. From CenturyLink Field in Seattle, Washington. It's Week 8 of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks taking on Jimmy Garoppolo and the San Francisco 49ers.
It is loud and it is wet as we welcome you inside CenturyLink Field on a patented rainy afternoon in Seattle, Washington. This crowd, as we've come to expect in recent years, as loud as any in the NFL, and they get even louder when their Seahawks are introduced. We're ready for football as the Seahawks get set to do battle with the San Francisco 49ers. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you look at this Seahawks team as they get ready here. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
On the other side of the field for the visiting 49ers. And he returns this to the 22. They, too, were winners last time out, so something's got to give here.
I love it when both teams come in off of wins. Great mindsets, and it usually leads to a really well-played game.
First carry for Raheem Mostert. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
2 yards on the pickup.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 16 carries and even 60 yards and a touchdown.
Well, watching the film, we saw that things clicked pretty well for them in the running game last week. No reason to change in my mind. Continue to try and run the football, give it to them early and often in hopes of breaking down the defense so some bigger gains result as the game goes on.
And it brings up third down.
Throwing is Garoppolo on third down. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Garoppolo able to find Samuel there for a Niners first down.
Gain of 14.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
12 more yards for him there. It's a first down.
49ers.
2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Garoppolo finding his tight end Kittle. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41.
To George Kittle.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
A gain of 9 yards.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. From the gun, it's a handoff to Coleman. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. From the 28, it's 2nd and 5.
2nd and 5 on the Seahawks 28-yard line.
They go back to the ground, this time Mostert. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else.
Ball carrier.
3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down?
Brings up.
They'll try and run here with Mostert. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
Don't forget knowing where the first down line was. This defense created their own line of scrimmage. They won every battle up front, and a lot of times that is one-on-one. And if you win your one-on-ones enough times, your defense is going to be pretty good. They had more people to the football and snuffed out the play.
So Garoppolo off. Coming on is the veteran Robbie Gould for the 49er field goal. From the right hash, it's a 41-yard attempt. And in his 15th season, he's able to get this one to go. And the 49ers take a 3-0 lead. Seahawks. So the opening drive does yield points. Maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. Now comes Russell Wilson in season number 9, 6-time Pro Bowler, as he gets set to lead this Seahawks offense.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 22. And from the shotgun, he'll throw. He'll find Metcalf.
Wilson's
a gain of 6 there on first.
One of the selling points of the in route is it gives the quarterback a really nice sight line to his receiver, and almost on a direct shot, able to throw the ball into the middle of the field and have a great chance of success as they did on that play.
And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33-yard line. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And he'll get this up to about the 40.
He's tackled at the 40.
The numbers on the ground for Carson last week. 22 carries, 89 yards, and a touchdown.
And we all know he had a big workload last week, so I'm eager to see if they decide to back him off a little bit. Personally, I hand it to him 20-plus times again. When a running back's locked in like he is, I want him to keep touching the football.
On 2nd down, it's Carson. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. These 2 rivals played 2 of the better games in the NFL a season ago. You remember week 17, it was Dre Greenlaw stopping Jacob Hollister at the 1 to preserve a 26-21 49er win. And that wound up both winning them the NFC West and earning them the number 1 seed. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
From the gun, it's Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. Airing it out for Olsen. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Wilson's throw caught by Metcalf. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
I know from past experience, before you actually play a game, you visualize what's going to happen. And I don't know anyone who doesn't visualize themselves being in the center of what's going on. That's 3 catches for him here in the early going. He's got to like the way this has started.
Absolutely. 3 catches on any drive is good. Opening drive, that's a tone setter. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. Carlos Hyde, for the near term at least, going to get 2 chances a year to take on these 49ers, the team that drafted him back in the 2nd round of 2014. He spent 4 years in San Francisco, rushing for close to 3,000 yards with 24 total touchdowns. They run again with Hyde on first. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down.
The ball carrier.
The tackle by Eric Armstead.
4-yard line.
All right, Brad, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
2nd and 5 now. Wilson flush to his right. Now he'll pull it down. Fighting through, and he's got space. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. The rushing numbers for Wilson maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down.
Well, that was man coverage. So once he decides to run with the football, there's no one to account for him, and he turns it into a nice gain.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Here's Hyde on the draw. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
On 2nd and 9, Wilson. They go screen pass to Hyde. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. It'll be a pickup of 8 on the screen, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd.
Oh, I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end, give some credit to the defense, finding a way to get to him and forcing a 3rd down.
On 3rd down, Carson, and he's going to be taken down right at the line. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. And it bangs off the right upright, no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So that's when you almost never see at this level a wobbler from very short range, and it winds up no good.
All right, Brandon, if he slipped or someone got a hand on it, then I could understand it, but it's almost like you heard a whistle or something that stopped his swing. A very strange result, especially for an NFL kicker.
A 3-yard pickup.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
From the gun on 3rd, Garoppolo. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
Oh, they didn't get the 1st down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the 1st. It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return, and it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10.
3-yard line.
Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their 2nd drive. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. Well, let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
Phillip Dorsett, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down. From the shotgun, Wilson. And he can't quite intercept it. Zone coverage, free safety was there. Couldn't come up with it, and now it's 4th down.
4th down.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things. Get back to what works.
At their own 30.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
39-yard line.
Garoppolo going to give to Mostert. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
But when you go from 2nd and 4 to 3rd and 3, that just tells you who won that battle on the last play, huh?
Yeah, 1st round went to the offense, 2nd round the defense. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That's an excellent job right there on third down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact.
Oh, the Seahawks come after it, and they block it. It's picked up, and this is a live ball, remember. And it's a Seattle Seahawks touchdown.
Touchdown, Seahawks.
Partners, you well know every block punt wasn't necessarily a called block. Sometimes the guy just finds his way back there. Doesn't matter. The play happens, and that one turned into 6 points because they handled it so well after the block.
Jason Myers now for the extra point. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good. So the very rare blocked punt, scooped, and returned for a touchdown. What an exciting play. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Niners take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. On the ground, it's Mostert to start the drive. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
Mostert, the 49er ball carrier.
Really held him to a short gain on that one, and it almost felt like on that first run, they were trying to just throw the jab at him. So how do you stop a jab? Get closer and smother it, just as they did on that last play.
And his throw's going to be incomplete. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. For whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when the next defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
First down.
Scrimmage the 37 on 1st and 10. On the handoff, this is Mostert. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Mostert, the ball carrier. Puna Ford on the stop. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 40-yard line.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Garoppolo. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple.
Mostert, the ball carrier.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to small up the ball carrier.
Garoppolo's throw taken in by Samuel. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 32-yard line. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
Down San Francisco.
Garoppolo now, first down throw. He finds Taylor, complete. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. 2nd and 3, and they trail 7-3, but getting close to changing that. This defense hoping to limit them to a field goal to preserve the lead. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. They hand it off to Mostert. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
To throw, it's Garoppolo. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3.
George Kittle.
Garoppolo to his tight end, Kittle, for a Niner first down. They'll run with Mostert. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal.
The 4-yard line.
One more time with Mostert. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. After 1, 7-3 the score. The score on EA Sports.
49ers 3.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Trent Taylor, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And once again, the 49ers are back out in front. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever. There it results in a touchdown. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
You know, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. And able to find Dorsett. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. A little surprise pays off on 3rd and 1. Pass instead of run. Gets him 15 yards. First down, a run with Hyde. There to stop him on the defensive side, Fred Warner.
Well, partner, I don't think it's any secret that any running back wants to be able to see a hole open so that he can gallop through it. But in this case, he had to slow down. There was really no hole there. And he took a big hit in order to get that 1 yard.
And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete. I absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
Samuel bringing in the slant, and he's taken down, but able to get this up to the 20-yard line. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down. On first down, Garoppolo got the connection here to Bourne. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line. 2nd and a yard.
At the 29.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And the Seahawks defense gets to him, and they bring him down. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work. Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
Yeah, call it 38 yards on the punt, no return.
The Seahawks take over first and 10.
Out comes Chris Carson in the Seattle offense. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement. Down on the scoreboard, maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
Well, they haven't established that running game yet. The question is, will they? 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. They'll throw on first down with Wilson, eluding the pressure right. And he's going to keep it here. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Right there, 54, right there, 54 Mike. Watch the run, watch the run.
From the gun, a give to Hyde. And the ball's out. Hyde fumbled it. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. And maybe that one caused by the weather. Of course, the rain coming down. Charles, can you maybe, when you're carrying that football, grip it too tight in the rain?
I think that you can, and it's such a delicate balance, too, because when you grip it so tight, sometimes it'll slip out from your body. You squeeze it too hard, and it'll pop out on its own. I've actually had running backs talk to me about that when they've tried too hard, even in perfect conditions, the ball gets away from them. They've got to find that good balance, carrying it firmly, yet at the same time under control.
On second down now, it's Carson, and he's going to have this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Niners' 15-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's first and 10. Now it's Carson. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. This will be caught at about the 6. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Philip Dorsett, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks have once again taken the lead.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Taken about 7 yards deep, and it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, do you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, second and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 15 yards on the play, first down. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
The 45-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
From the 45 on second down. Garoppolo looking sideline, incomplete.
Garoppolo's pass.
The Niners on third down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 8. Looking to throw. Garoppolo winds up and lets it go for Samuel. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Thus far, they have been able to move the line of scrimmage very well in the running game. Almost felt like they said in the huddle, Can you guys pass protect? Let's take a big shot downfield. Didn't get it on that one, but they may come back to it again. Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 20. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Now a run with Hyde. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
Brandon, we just saw the benefits of being able to run the ball successfully. They pick up 4 yards on that carry. So now if you're a play caller, you can do just about anything you want. But on the defensive side of the ball, you scramble a little bit. Now you're behind trying to figure out, do I need to blitz him? Do I need to pressure him? How do I gain an advantage on this snap?
And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield.
Well, remember, they tried to give him the ball and let him run on the last play, but I think the light bulb went off in their play caller's mind, and this time they get it to him the more conventional way, and it's much more successful as well.
They'll run on first down. Hyde. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10, right at the 40. They run it with Carson. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line.
On the carry. The tackle.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
On second down, it's Carson, and he'll be taken down at the 33, a pickup of about 4.
Chris Carson.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
They'll run it. Here's Hyde. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
They run. Hyde. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
It's a gain of 5.
Ball at the 14 for 2nd and 5.
At the 49ers 14-yard line.
54, right there, 54 Mike. Watch the run,
They'll give to Hyde out of the gun. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Carlos Hyde, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of the season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
Fielded in the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25.
Deebo Samuel and the 49ers back in possession here. Sitting right around the midpoint of the season, on pace for 1,000 yards. Good year so far, and I'm sure film study being devoted to him a little bit more on the other side.
They have to, because the pace that he's carrying right now, if you're pushing 1,000-yard pace as a receiver, that means he warrants your attention. And right now, precision is going on with their offense. Kind of like that timepiece you wear on your wrist. You know, the good stuff, got to knock that off somehow. Chip away at that time and change things up a little bit and make them go to other things and make them do those things better.
Yeah, try to make them uncomfortable. Not many teams have been able to do that so far this year. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. It's a first down following a gain of 3. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
And the 49er first down.
On first down, they go with Mostert again. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
He was brought down.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. From the 45 on second down, Garoppolo. And he'll get it down to the 47 here.
To George Kittle.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
49ers.
Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Jaron Reed muscles his way in for the sack. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Jaron Reed picks up his second sack of the afternoon. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. Now Mostert, and he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. 46 on his first kick, this one in that neighborhood as well. That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return.
At their own 25.
Now Carlos Hyde gears up to take the field again. He's in his own second quarter, already closing in on a 100-yard game.
And that's the magic number for a running back. Anytime you get to that triple digits, that's all you're looking for. But he's got a chance to really exceed that in this one.
Yeah, he does. That's been the gold standard for a long time, hasn't it, that 100-yard mark?
It really has, and that never has to shift because it's in a game. It's a 1,000-yard mark. I'm wondering, since we've gone from 12 to 14 to 16 games, maybe we need to up that a little.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And it's knocked away and incomplete. The intended receiver was DK Metcalf. And that'll bring up second down.
He was covered by.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Dancing to his left. He's going to take off with it. He's got the first down here inside the 30. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 23 yards on the tuck and run.
1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
On first down, Wilson. And they've got the hook up. This is Olsen. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Kick is good. Makes the score Seahawks 24.
So he gets a shot at atoning for the earlier miss here in the first half and able to knock it through.
And what a relief for him, don't you think? Because how many games have we done where kickers missed one early and never gotten a chance to atone for it the rest of the game? That's a lot to carry around.
First and 10 at their own 25.
Jimmy Garoppolo and his offense heading back on the field. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with their quarterback on the ground so much.
Now, he'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down. An incomplete pass leads to second and 10 from the 25. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And right back to Kittle. This time he's got it. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. He's got his man. It's Kendrick Bourne. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Open man is Bourne. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
First down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Garoppolo looks to throw once more. That's complete to his receiver, Pettis. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
A gain of
Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6. Again, they'll throw with Garoppolo. That's going to be caught by Samuel. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So on third down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. He hit his first. Now this one from 48 yards away. I don't think this will even, nope, it doesn't even get there. Well short, and this score will stay right where it is.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
Being chased out left. He's going to air it out for Dorsett toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Hi again, everybody. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the league here in the unofficial midway point, Week 8 of the NFL.
Well, why don't we hold off on the halftime update after all? Seems like everyone's ready to go here for the second half in Week 8 in the NFL. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
Seahawks take over first and 10.
So here are the Seahawks ready to take over on offense. They're leading right now and on the heels of that victory last week against Arizona. First and 10 as they start this drive. Now this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
39-yard line.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
And they'll employ the jumbo set now on 2nd and 1.
Watch the run. Watch the run. Mike 5-4.
Again, it's Hyde. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together. 54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. I'm here all
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Football's such a game of tendencies, down and distance, and on 3rd and inches, 3rd and 1, you'd think, yeah, the fullback's probably going to get the ball, but when you get to 3rd and 2, most of the time that's either the running back or a pass play. So that's a nice tendency breaker by the offensive team there. Hand it to their big guy to pick up a first down.
And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down. Throwing again. Smith airing it out for Olsen. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. Greg Olsen was the intended target. But now it'll be 3rd down. They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. He's going to air it out for Dorsett. And that is incomplete.
Intended for Philip Dorsett.
Well, so much for getting separation. No chance there. Locked down tight, forcing the incompletion on that attempt.
44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. 42 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And the 49ers will take over deep in their own territory. It was a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. They'll start out on the ground with Coleman. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 15.
Una Ford on the stop. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
They will run again with Coleman. Coleman, the first down and a little extra. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Holding offense.
That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
Garoppolo to throw on 2nd down. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a first down due to the previous penalty.
12 yards.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. They'll try and run here with Mostert. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. The gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
Pick up on the play. And the 49er first down.
Here's Mostert. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
Down right at the line of
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
The throw on the quick slant going to be complete. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35.
a gain of 12.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
The tackle made by
on the tackle that time, Bruce Irvin.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 41-yard line.
Again, they'll run it with Mostert.
Mostert again, the ball carrier. He's brought down at the 42.
Early down stuff to put this offense in precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
From the gun on third, Garoppolo. Able to haul it in is Kittle. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield.
Gain of 7.
7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down. On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Garoppolo looks to throw. The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. And he is across midfield from 149 to the other 49. A gain of just 2.
Gain of 2 yards. And
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. And that will be incomplete.
Well, coming into this one, we expected that this offense would have trouble with this defense, and that's exactly the way that this game has gone. Pressure in his face, coverage downfield has been tight. That led to another incompletion. This defense, they're exactly who we thought they were coming into this one.
And did he put that on a dime? He did. Wow. Out of bounds at the 1-yard line.
At their own 1-yard line.
We're certainly not going to see a better punt than that. Definitely taking a chance, because if that thing clips the pylon, it comes out to the 20, but instead, it goes out of bounds at the 1-yard line.
They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. And he will forge his way forward only up to the 2-yard line. Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 2-yard line.
Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4.
You gonna see me in your nightmares, son. You gonna see me in your nightmares.
They run again with Carson. And he gets this up just shy of the 15. 12 yards there and a first down.
Chris Carson has proven to be a workhorse for the Seattle Seahawks, and they continue to expand his game. We know that he can run inside and be a bruising type of a player, but he has surprising speed to the perimeter, and they've expanded his game now by throwing it to him out of the backfield. In 2019, in the top 10 in the league in touches and yards from scrimmage.
Off the play fake, here's Wilson. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it, and it took the ball off course.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
And he finds a man. It's Olsen. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion.
1st and 10.
1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look.
Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4. Oh yeah, I'm coming. Oh yeah, I'm coming.
On the give, this is their fullback. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 44-yard line.
And again, they'll go right back to their fullback. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
That's a gain of 4.
And that was a good collision right there. And I know this as a former defender. If you're playing linebacker, you're going through a checklist on every play and who you think's going to get the ball and where you think the ball's going to go. Rarely do you expect the fullback position to get it. And on that play he did. So you got to steel yourself at that point because the contact is going to be strong.
And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. 3rd down turns to 1st with that 5-yard pickup.
Good gain by Chris Carson. Picks up a first down, and you just have to love his running style. Talk about a straight-ahead guy, no-nonsense type of a runner. He's averaged 82 yards a game over the last 2 seasons and had 1,230 yards on the ground in 2019.
This is Carson. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line.
Again, the ball carrier.
It was D.J. Jones who was there for the tackle.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Wilson after the play fake to Carson. And, boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
Well, you got to think that sooner or later, they're going to hit one of those, but the coverage has been excellent thus far, and it was again on the last play.
And the line to gain here is the 37 on third down. Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. So 2 third-down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a third, and now they deal with fourth down.
For the Seahawks.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Fair catch called for right around the 11-yard line. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. A play fake from Mostert. Now Garoppolo. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. L.J. Collier. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
He's brought down at the 15-yard line.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
3rd down.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. Oh, he'll look downfield for Kittle. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
And the head coach reaches for the red flag, tosses it down on the field. He wants a challenge here. Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
Now we've got whistles and a timeout here. Yeah, it looks like we've got a 49er that's down on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. From the 44, Wilson. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit and it forced an incompletion.
Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. This is caught inside the 15. And he gets it down deep into San Francisco territory.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. Not quite the success they had last play. This one goes for 3 yards. The ball on the 8 still could get a first down technically. 2nd and 7. They run it again with Hyde. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. A give to the fullback on the dive. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down at a yard.
And 1.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. tough yards. They run it with their fullback. And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Nick Ballore, his first touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks add on to their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. George Kittle and the Niners ready for their next drive. And the numbers show it, low involvement early. But since he's been involved, it's been a good thing for this offense.
Indeed it has, and when you're able to finally get him going, get him fully integrated into the offense, things feel a whole lot better for your team. It expands everything that they do trying to move the football.
The tackle made by K.J. Wright. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Throwing now is Garoppolo. He finds Taylor, complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a first down on a gain of 10. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Garoppolo going to give to Mostert. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
Good tackle there by Jaron Reed, the former 2nd-round pick out of Alabama. And that's why he was drafted. But he's really shown an excellent ability to rush the passer as well.
This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line.
George Kittle. A gain of 7 yards. And it's 3rd down.
On 3rd down, here comes Mostert. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. And he's got the first down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Over the middle to Kittle, complete. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Garoppolo looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free. And it brings up 4th down.
4th down.
They'll go for it. It's Garoppolo. Completes it to Samuel. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
1st down, San Francisco.
Throwing on 1st is Garoppolo. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receiver.
And looking for Kittle, but it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
And he's able to carve out about 6 there, down to the 37.
Mark Nzacha on the tackle. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Strip the ball. Strip that ball.
Hey, watch that. Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
Here we go, D. All day. Defense all day. All day.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. And he's going to have this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Niners' 28. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Vaughn Williams made the tackle. A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at the 40.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. You ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing.
Another tote for the afternoon workhorse. It's high. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
And that's good for a Seahawks.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
57 is Mike. Mike 57. Let's go one more.
And they'll indeed take a knee.
Wilson on the keeper. It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 12-yard line.
Blitz. Watch the blitz. 57.
Let's 57. 57 is Mike. Coming this way. Coming this way. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
And they will take a knee here.
Wilson on the keeper.
So 1st and 2nd down went in the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this fourth quarter. So 1st and 2nd down went in the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13. And they take a knee.
Wilson on the keeper. A loss of a yard. It's 4th down.
So on 4th down, here's Jason Myers for the Seahawk field goal.
A 31-yard attempt.
Myers' kick is good. And that will extend the lead out to 24.
Score Seahawks 34. 49ers 10.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Taken in at the 3. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
The return. The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And in enemy territory last time through the interception. We'll see what they do on this drive.
Can't wait to see how it alters what they decide to do in play calling. Do they continue to throw the ball? Do they want to lean more on the running game? It'll be an interesting sequence of plays that they've got coming up.
Does it often affect the play calling with the interception? does that change what you do?
I think it does, depending on why the interception was thrown. Sometimes it's just a matter of the defense made a great play, so you continue to come back. But if it's on you, if the offense just doesn't have the confidence, if they're a little bit shaky, maybe try and take the pressure off and run the ball a little bit.
First down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Got the connection here to Bourne. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. Line of scrimmage to 43 on 2nd and 4.
At the 43-yard line.
And yet again, it's Garoppolo. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line.
A gain of 9 yards.
The tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
Gain of 18 on the play.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. On 1st down, Garoppolo. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. That catch good for only a couple. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. On the handoff, this is Mostert. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And he's got it. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And they've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass. They'll run with Mostert. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Holding offense.
So reverse the celebration. We'll see if they have something else in their bag of tricks.
And isn't that always tough to watch when they score and you see the excitement, and then when they realize those points aren't going to count? Can they get it back together and find their way back to the end zone?
And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. Give him 3 on the gain there. 2nd and goal. Here's 2nd and goal operating from the 8-yard line. One more time with Mostert. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Trey Flowers picks it. And to the 12. That's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line. Well, just another reason to celebrate there on the defensive side with the interception, and this is a game that they clearly have firmly in their grasp.
Yeah, a lot of handshakes, a lot of hugs, a lot of smiles. It's been their day.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line.
Wilson on the keeper.
Reloading!
57, Mike. Tighten up, tighten up. Pull it together.
57, Mike, 57.
Stop your whining.
Guns hot!
And they'll indeed take a knee.
Wilson on the keeper. A loss of a yard. It's now 3rd and 13.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
It's a party now. Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4. Watch the slant, watch the slant, watch the slant.
And they will take a knee here.
Wilson on the
Well, that was a 3rd and long run, and to me, that was just a wave the white flag kind of a situation. Obviously, they don't want to risk the chance of throwing it downfield and risking a turnover in this section of the field.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. 39 yards on the punt, give him just 1 yard on the return. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. Here comes Jimmy Garoppolo now to lead his offense back out there. And that interception that ended their previous drive likely also ended any shot they had at victory.
Yeah, long road back from here, no doubt about that one. But let's face it, if you're going to go out there and compete, you want to try and end on a strong note, don't you?
Absolutely. It won't end in a victory like you said, but they can maybe take something positive out of this one. 3 yards the gain there. Second down.
and 7 at the 49-yard line.
To throw again on 2nd down. Garoppolo. Open man is Samuel. Complete. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Garoppolo going to try and throw on 3rd. Complete to the tight end, Kittle, over the middle of the field.
To George Kittle.
They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
One thing you're hoping.
Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawks defense. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. To try again after the sack. Garoppolo. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk.